I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all about parenting and family communication, as well as how to make good relationships, and I do this through the lens of self-government. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to get kids to clean their room. In this video, I'm going to share a story from my life and then share with you the step-by-step process, including the skills that you need to help children master cleaning their room. I had a messy room. In fact, my mother was really frustrated with my messy room. I think it made it so that she couldn't even think properly. You know how a messy area or space can make it so that you're just a little bit more stressed or on edge, or maybe you can't even think clearly? I think this is a good reason to teach children that we do need to clean rooms. Well, I think when my mother passed my room, it gave her some sort of a stress, because there was a point when she started just shutting my room every time she would pass by because she kept telling me to clean it, but guess what? I didn't. And I know I'm not alone. There are many people who end up having the same type of problem. In fact, sometimes when parents tell children to clean the room, they start taking shortcuts. They stuff everything in somewhere where it shouldn't go. And that just creates a whole other problem. I think that our brains are wired to try to take shortcuts, and this is why we don't want to do things that take the full amount of time. And cleaning a room can be very overwhelming to a child, especially depending on the age. But let's be honest, sometimes even parents get overwhelmed by a dirty toy room or a dirty bedroom. Usually the thing that's the most overwhelming to children is they don't know what to do first. They look at the mess and they think, where do I start? Just so that you know, with my room, I actually ended up training myself to clean the room. And even though that worked out for me, it's not the ideal, especially because my mom had to wait for probably years for that to happen. In fact, the only reason I taught myself to clean the room was because a neighbor taught me a really important skill. This skill that I needed to say okay and be okay whenever my parents told me to do something or not to do something. And I applied it the next time my parents taught me to clean my room. And then you know what? After I had a clean room, I actually decided I wanted that more. So then I started cleaning my room all by myself on a regular basis. Let's get into the step-by-step process of what you need to do to teach your child to clean their room. So step number one is you've got to do the pre-teaching. You've got to do the cleaning or the working with your child first. In fact, for many children, it takes multiple times doing the same task with a parent before they feel like they know the process of doing it themselves. So if we've got a room that gets messy on a regular basis, let's make a list of what's in the room. Let's see, there's clothes, there's toys, there's books, there's shoes, cars, baby dolls, whatever's in the room. You make a list of the general categories. Then what you're going to teach your child to do is you're going to say, okay, we're going to go down the list. First, let's find all the books and put them on the shelf. Then we're going to find all the clothes and we're going to put the clean ones in the drawer. And then we're going to put the dirty ones in the hamper. And then we're going to find all of the blocks and we're going to put them in the block bucket. You get the idea. So you teach them you don't have to attack all of it at once. Instead, just find similar things. This makes it easier for a child. They can compartmentalize and then they can get the task done. But you're going to need to go through that list with them first on a regular basis in order for them to be able to apply it on their own later. This is called pre-teaching. Every good skill that your child learns should be pre-taught by you first. Before I get to the next steps in the process, be sure to click that subscribe button and click the notification bell as well, because you're not going to want to miss the other videos that relate to teaching your children how to do different chores, as well as how to communicate more effectively, that are on this channel. The next thing you want to teach your child is how to follow instructions. So for a person to learn self-government, they need to learn 4 basic skills. In fact, those 4 basic skills, if they are learned, take care of 99% of all behavioral problems. The 4 basic skills actually each have a skill set attached to them. This book here, London LaRae Says Okay, actually teaches the skill to children following instructions. There are 5 different steps that little London LaRae learns in this book that help her learn how to follow instructions. The first step is to look at the person or the situation, keep a calm face, voice, and body. Say okay or ask to disagree appropriately, which is one of the other 4 basic skills. Do the task immediately and then check back so that she can get praised. So do your children know that when you say, I'm giving you an instruction to go clean your room, that they need to look at you, keep a calm face, voice, and body, say okay or ask to disagree appropriately, do the task immediately, and then check back? Hopefully they do. If so, then you have actually conquered a lot of the problem right there. If they know what to do when you give them an instruction, then they're going to start on the process. Now that's when they're going to need to have been trained by you in how to clean up a messy room with that list that you've made ahead of time as well. So we're going to talk about pre-teaching again. We talked about pre-teaching how to clean the messy room, then pre-teaching how to follow an instruction, and now we're going to talk about pre-teaching in the minute. When we pre-teach in the minute, that's called prepping. So if I'm going to give my child an instruction in the minute, I'm going to set them up for success. So I'm going to say, hey, right now I'm going to give you an instruction. Remember, to follow an instruction, you look at the person, keep a calm face, voice, and body, say okay or ask to disagree appropriately, do the task immediately, and then check back. If you choose to say okay and follow this instruction, then we'll probably end up with more time to go to the park today because we won't take as much time doing this instruction. But if we don't say okay and don't follow the instruction, then mommy will need to take the time to do a correction, and you'll get the opportunity of earning a negative consequence, which in our family is an extra chore. So I say, here's your instruction. Then I actually give the instruction. At that point, I have prepped the brain, I've brought their thought processes into the prefrontal cortex, and now they are ready to look at me, keep a calm face, voice, and body, say okay or disagree appropriately, and clean that room, and then check back and get praised for it. It becomes now a positive situation instead of a negative one. One of the worst things that you can do when you're trying to help a person clean a room is nag and nag and nag and let it go on forever and ever. If they really don't know how to clean a room, you're going to have to help them. If you haven't done the teaching ahead of time by making the list of what you do first and then what you do next and made sure that they really know how to do it, then you might need to do that part. But if you're sure they know how to clean that room, they've done it before, you've done all of the training, and they still are not doing it, then you need to do a correction because they are not following instructions. So there are certain steps to doing a correction that I teach. In fact, it's a 7-step process. When you correct your children, you should feel closer to your children during and after a correction than you even did before. The correction should revolve heavily around descriptions instead of reactive statements, and they should get the opportunity to earn a synthetic negative consequence that they can take care of quickly so that they can get back on track. And in our family, like I mentioned, that's an extra chore. So you can always learn more about how to do a proper correction with some of the other videos here on the channel and with my course that I offer on my website. If for some reason your child does not accept the consequence when you have corrected them, meaning they're not keeping calm, they're not maintaining eye contact, they're not doing the consequence, they're not dropping the subject about it, then that means that that child might be out of instructional control. When a child is out of instructional control, we want to point them toward calmness. In fact, since you've stayed with me all the way to the end of this video, I would like to give you a free gift. On my website, I have something called the Calm Parenting Toolkit. But there is a link below this video that goes to teachselfgov.com/toolkit. And if you go to that link, you can have the Calm Parenting Toolkit for free. So click on that link now and you will get the 10 lessons for calm parenting to help you point yourself and your children toward calmness at the same time. That way, if they don't clean the room again and again, you know what to do next.